Still have a lot to do, I still have to put away the chairs. Well, anyway, I've got all the chores. Or anyway, it's up to me to do them all. I still have to put my clothes today. All in all, reality is cats, like an alley cat at your park. But now I gotta do your part. I got a day job and a night job and an interview at 5. You've gotten rid of both boyfriends and you've given me the green light. I got a day job and a night job and an afternoon away. You just waved a hand and we're engaged, you say. I've been up since 4 a.m. and finishing this at midnight. After this thing I should sell it and call it quits when the getting's good. I took a night at your new club today to take a break away from the rats. But now I got your locker stool and your car keys in my cart. I pick up the pieces left on the floor while you walk away like you don't care no more. I'm tired of cleaning every mess you make, slowly losing patience with every break. Every promise broken never leads to change. I'm the one who's always left rearranged. Your lack of effort shows clear as the day. I'll be sweeping you out when I find my way. Hey, hey, I'm the cleanup crew, fixing your mess just like it's new. Hey, hey, won't be here long, cleaning house, I'm moving on. Watching you take credit for the work I do, every single task I pull double through. Your empty words no longer faze me. Soon enough your history, just wait and see. Where's the spark, the dedication gone? I'm carrying weight, dragging us along. No more excuses, your time is past. This sweeps your fate, I'll make it last. Hey, hey, I'm the cleanup crew, fixing your mess just like it's new. Hey, hey, won't be here long, cleaning house, I'm moving on.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing spectacular. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are engineered to win. Today, we are going to be jumping back into DevOps. We're going to be continuing with Kubernetes, all of that good stuff. So quick rundown of the plan for today. So what we did previously on previous episodes, we set up our Google Kubernetes engine cluster. We set that up with Terraform so that we can quickly spin it up and spin it down, because if you leave it up, it's going to cost a lot of money. So after every show, before every show starts, I spin up the Kubernetes engine on Google. After the show, I tear it down, and that way we go back and forth. What we did previously, including last week, we deployed the front end and the back end of our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. We did that through our local terminal that connected to Google Cloud Platform, right? So we did all of that. This week, what we plan on doing today, we plan on setting up the Kubernetes YAML file. So we're going to be taking a step towards automating our deployment process, because you see how long it takes us to do it with, like we've done it, I don't even know how many, we did it with the Minikube locally. We've done it on we used the UI for Google Cloud. We also did the command line, but that takes a lot of time going through all these different steps. So what we want to do now, we want to learn how to do it with a YAML file, which is going to be the configuration so everything is going to be in this file, this YAML file. and we're going to say, all right, run this YAML file, and everything should magically get set up for us, right? So that is the goal. That's what we're going to, we might not get it done all today, but we shall see. All right. We're also starting a little bit early today because I have to meet up with some people. I have a long day today. I went and I went and met up with a family member who just had a baby like last week, earlier today. We're doing the show right now. Then I have somebody that I used to work with coming by to see us. And then I have Scrum Night tonight at 6. So it's going to be awesome. So you definitely want to tune into that if you are in the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon. And then I have another meeting tonight with somebody that I haven't spoken to in like almost over a year. So a lot of cool stuff that are happening. But that's why we're starting a little bit earlier today, right? All of that good stuff. Okay. Let's see. So that's the plan. Let's jump into our agenda really quick because like I said, time is running and I'm trying to get out of here in record time. All right. So first and foremost, just want to say a big hello and thank you to all of the subscribers, those who are brand new to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. And those who have been with me for a very long time, that you guys, continue to rock with me through all of my craziness and my crazy thoughts and all of that good stuff, the way that my mind works, figuring things out. Thank you so much. I appreciate every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
And always a big salute and shout out to all of my Patreon members, my tech barbarians and my tech product members that I work with one-on-one almost on a daily basis because we are in a Slack group and we are always communicating, always working to get better, right? I believe in 1% improvement every single day. Somebody calculated that for me and they said, you know what? If you do 1% improvement every single day, you get to about 37.5% improvement on a yearly basis. I was like, what? That is 37.5% improvement every year over year. That is a winning strategy. I mean, I think a company would be happy if they were to get 37.5% growth on a yearly basis, right? So I'm just saying. And then always shout out to the tech explorers who they are part of the hopefully if you're a tech explorer you have joined the Team Tech Coach Ralph Discord where we are collaborating and stuff like that. We are working together, learning Python together. Sometimes I put the notes and the links from the show. Last night, I was in one of the study rooms inside of the Discord. We're listening to the crypto course to learn more about crypto. I do not know much about crypto, so I was like learning from somebody who has been in the space for a very long time. We're going through that course. Just joined the study room and started listening to the course, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So shout out to the technical explorers. All of you guys are the best.
We the best.
And shout out to my tech mercenaries. Those are the YouTube members who keep this YouTube channel, keeps the lights on for this YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for your support. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. So let's jump in real quick to our upcoming shows. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be going live working on our large language model. We're going to be starting on, so last Wednesday, we were reading through the project that the course has for us, which honestly, I think we did a lot more complicated stuff than this little project, but we're going to take on this little project to say that we went through the course. We're going to be starting on that. It's going to be the AI tutor assistant app, something like that. I don't even know. I don't really care about that app too much, but it's part of the course. So let's do it. Let's get it done. And then Tuesday night, we're going to be going live with Tech Q&A. We'll be back on Wednesday for our more large language models. I don't think we're going to be going live on Thursday because Thursday, around 4 p.m. is competition time. So I will be there fighting some random person, you know how we do. But so I don't think I'm going to be going live Thursday night because I won't be home. I will be in a different location, and I mean, I'll have my laptop. So if I was to go live, it's just going to be looking around at stuff. I don't know. But so right now I don't plan on Thursday, but you never know. So we'll see what happens, right? We will see what happens. Anything else before? Oh yeah. So tomorrow as well, we're premiering Candid Conversations at noon Eastern time. I'm going to be what am I talking about tomorrow? It's going to be about, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about idle minds. How idle minds leads to idle hearts, and idle hearts manifest in idle hands, which, as they say, idle hands are the devil's playground, but that starts with an idle mind. Are you busy enough? So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow in Candid Conversations, right? So that is the rundown of everything that is upcoming. Do me a favor before I jump into the chat to say hello to everyone. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications so you can know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, techcoachralph.dev if you need one-on-one coaching from me, if you want to work with me closely, if you want to join the Team Tech Coach Ralph Discord and work with different people who are learning different things and, learning Python together, whatever it is, ethical hacking, getting some additional information if you want to, different things that we do, different events that we host, all of that good stuff. All right. That is the team. So that's techcoachralph.dev where you can sign up for a Patreon account, either a technical explorer, tech prodigy if you need one-on-one coaching, tech barbarian if you want to work really closely together. That is the plan. All right. So with that being said, I am going to jump into the chat to say hello to all of my friends, and then we will get to work. All right. So let's get to it. First and foremost, as always, as usual, we have the numero uno moderator in the building. Roxy says, good afternoon, Tech Coach Ralph and everyone. Good afternoon to you as well, Roxy. How are you doing today? Roxy is the best.
We the best.
We got my guy, Me Mystify, in the building. Says good afternoon to me, Ralph, to beautiful Miss Roxy, and the chat. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you as well. Me Mystify, shout out to you. Roxy says, top of the afternoon to you. I gotta read this one. This is because it's funny, right? So Me Mystify's smile and his new teeth are so nice that they get their own shout out. So it's not only top of the afternoon to Me Mystify, but also to his smile. That is amazing. That's awesome. And if you guys have not seen Me Mystify smile, go check out one of his videos. I have to agree with Roxy. It is an amazing, amazing smile. All right. We got Miss Freckles in the building. Miss Freckles says, salute to all of you techies. Salute to you as well, Miss Freckles. Let's get it, Miss Freckles.
Let's get it.
Let's see who else we got. Let's see. And Miss Freckles says he is focused today. I'm focused, man. And I got my guy, Rod Brown, the nourishing word himself, is in the building. Says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you as well, Rod Brown. How are you doing today? You know what, Rod Brown? They didn't believe in us, but look at, we started from the bottom, but we are here.
They ain't believing us.
Rod Brown, but look at all the cool things that we've done. And let's see. Miss Freckles says, I'm going to try to be on time with you, Roxy. Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Let's see. Anything else? Miss Freckles says, my hands are never idle. Embrace the suck. Let's see. All right. It deserves its own introduction. Me Mystify. I'm just saying. All right, let's get to work. Let's get to it today. You know what? Let me see. Where do I have this here somewhere? Hold on. There we go. Let's do this because let's do it like that. Yeah. There we go. So that way, Roxy can give me a comment about how glossy my lips are, and then I feel all the better, right? I'm just messing. All right, let's get to it. So we're gonna start our first 20-minute segment. I have a kind of like a tutorial, an article that's going to guide us through creating this documentation, and we will go from there. Okay, so let's go over to, so let me throw this up here on the screen as well. Let me go to, I had set something up earlier today and I put it on the wrong spot. So we're going to go to Boom. Let's keep that up today, so that way whoever's watching, they can know exactly what we're working on. No confusions. Okay. So I'm going to go and throw up our first 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
There we go. That's see that now the world is all better. Yes, glossy as you know what. All right, let's get to it. So I'm gonna start off with reading through this documentation. Actually, no, before I even read through the document, well, no, it'll be there. So we're gonna read through this documentation. We're gonna find out what exactly is the Kubernetes deployment YAML file, and as it says, we're gonna learn by example. So the caveat though is we're not going to do their example. We're going to use our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data to deploy this, via the YAML file. And what we're also going to do, because we have like, let me show you this real quick. I'll show you this real quick. Looking through the course, right? Right here. And remind me later. So it has understanding rollouts. We figured that out on our own, right? It has understanding Google Cloud regions and zones. We did that on our own. I haven't gone through the master nodes and nodes yet, but that'll probably be like a Wednesday concept and overview type thing. But a lot of these things, we ended up figuring it out on our own, right? So when we look at, let me see, where was it? So quick introduction to microservices, right? Deploy microservices, Docker containers to Kubernetes. We ended up having to do that because what the application is, it is a microservice. So we ended up having to do that on our own, you know? So the course actually has to catch up to where we're at, you know what I mean? But it's all good. It is all good. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit on this. That's whatever. Let's go to, why is it cut off like this? Let me zoom in some more. See. All right, I think that's good. All right, so what is Kubernetes deployment YAML, right? So YAML, which stands for YAML ain't markup language, well, that's interesting, is a language used to provide configuration for software and is the main type of input for Kubernetes configurations. It is human readable and can be authored in any text editor. So I'll say this, when I was working at, so my real software, like when I was working for a software development company, because the company I was working at before that one, it was kind of software development. They developed software, but I worked on the, I was not working testing software development, all right? I was testing the output of the application. But when I started working for a company that I was on the team of actually building software, they were using YAML files, and I didn't understand it too well, but I was able to navigate to it. I knew how to change the configuration and stuff like that. So the YAML file, it's pretty much the configuration of the software, okay? And let me see what other. When we work on our Docker compose file, that is a YAML file that we are configuring to, and I think reading through this is going to put things in a lot better perspective for me. Okay, but it says a Kubernetes user or administrator specifies data in a YAML file, typically to define a Kubernetes object. The YAML configuration is called a manifest, and when it is applied to a Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes creates an object based on the configuration. A Kubernetes deployment YAML specifies the configuration for a deployment object. This is a Kubernetes object that can create and update a set of identical pods. Each pod runs specific containers, which are defined in the spec.template field of the YAML configuration. The deployment object not only creates the pod, but also ensures the correct number of pods is always running in the cluster, handles scalability, and takes care of updates to the pods on an ongoing basis. All of these activities can be configured through fields in the deployment YAML. Below, we'll show several examples that will walk you through the most common options in Kubernetes deployment YAML manifest. All right, so that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. And I mean, we're gonna like we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna apply it to our own stuff. Okay. Let me go ahead and the project I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use WebStorm for our IDE, but I'm going to use our infrastructure project. That's the one that I use to do Terraform, scale it up and scale it down. We're gonna use that in order to house our configuration. In theory, yeah, we're gonna use that because technically, like, you could have the Kubernetes file as part of the actual project application. But the reason that I'm doing it in a separate project is because I want to be able to have one YAML file to spin up the whole application, right? So creating the front end, the back end, all of that, I just want it in one spot. All right. So let's take a look at this example real quick. And it says the following YAML configuration creates a deployment object that runs 5 replicas of an Nginx container. So let's read it through real quick, right? So API version apps v1. Let me go do this over here. All right, cool, perfect. So it says, all right, so application API version apps v1, and this is the API version for Kubernetes. The kind is going to be a deployment. Metadata, the name is going to be Nginx deployment. Labels, app is web. Okay, so because I'm not 100% sure what this metadata name is yet, but we'll find it. So spec, selector, match labels, app, web, replicas, stage, strategy, type, rolling update, template, metadata. So okay, spec, container, name is Nginx, image is Nginx. So giving the container a name. So the ports, the container port is going to be the port 80. Container port is port 80. And this is the part I always get a little tripped up on. So container port, so maybe that's going to be, all right, so port 80. So maybe that would be the port to access the application, right? So we'll double check on that. Important points in this configuration: spec.replica specify how many pods to run. Strategy.type specifies which deployment strategy should be used. Okay, so it's telling us all the details, right? So this is what I'm interested in. Spec.template.spec.container specifies which container image to run in each of the pods and ports to expose. All right, so that would be, so this spec right here, and then template, then spec, then container, and then the image and the port to run on. So I mean, this is like, it's kind of like how when we're doing our Docker, it falls into place. Let's see. So strategy. All right. So we see that. All right. Example 2 with resource limits. The following YAML configuration creates a deployment object with similar to the above, but with resource limits. Okay. So this is where they're specifying how much memory, how much CPU. All right. And the spec, so all right, there goes the limits. Each container should not be allowed to consume more than 200 MI of memory. Request each container requires 100 Ms of CPU resources and 200 MIs of memory on the node. And then with health checks as well, that would be, all right, so I don't think we have any health checks set up in our application yet, but that's fine. So we'll skip over that for now. The template.spec liveness probe field defines what the kubelet should check to ensure that the pod is alive. I mean, we could easily do on the path of the port that we're looking for and say that that it's up. All right. So that's, so as long as you don't get like a 400, if you get a 200 response, you should be good to go. HTTP GET specifies the kubelet should try an HTTP request on the root of the web server on port 80. And it's good to have the health check. So maybe I'll set up the health check. All right. Specifies how long the kubelet should wait after the pod starts before performing the first probe. How often the kubelet should perform a liveness probe. Let's see. And then example 4 with persistent volumes. The following YAML configuration creates a deployment object that creates containers that request a persistent volume using the persistent volume claim and mount it on a path within the container. All right. Okay, cool. With affinity settings. I'm not going to read into the volumes yet. Affinity, what are affinity settings? The following YAML configuration creates a deployment object with affinity criteria that can encourage a pod to schedule on certain types of nodes. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm not going to read into that affinity thing yet because that's not important to what we're working on. Alternatives to the deployment object. Two common alternatives are daemon set deploys a pod on all clustered nodes or a certain subset of nodes. We're not even going to be concerned with that for now. I'm going to skip over this example, but I just want to get to it. Let's see. Important fields of configuration are. Let's see. The important fields of this. All right, so that's cool. Stateful set. We're going to skip over that as well. Let's see. All right. Kubernetes deployment with CodeFresh. We're not going to be using CodeFresh. All right, so here is where we're going to get started. We're going to get started with, I'm going to do, because I actually like this health check. We're going to do it on the health check. We're going to do the one with the health check, all right? Because health checks are important to make sure that your application is up and running. So let's go to this one, right? We're gonna follow this model. And let me see, how should I do this? Let's go. Let me make sure the application is WebStorm is open, and we're gonna move that over here. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and let's move this. We're gonna switch screens to over here. And why do I have this background up? Hold on. Let me change my backgrounds. That is for our economics show, not for when we are working on code. Let's go to, let's go with that. I haven't used this one in a while. Let me see how this looks. Yeah, I haven't used that in a while. Let's do this one for today. Let's do this one for today. All right. So let's go ahead and let's go to here. All right. So what I'm going to do, so this is our Terraform folder. I'm going to create another folder for Kubernetes. And I am going to say a new file. And I'm going to call it deployment.yaml. All right. And I think, okay, the best way to do this, let's close that. Let's move this over here. And I'm going to just bring this CodeFresh over here. And we will do I have rectangles running? Yes, I do. Let's go to, let's do it like that, right? Let me make it a little bigger. And so this is a pretty cool app called Rectangles that if you have a Mac, where it can help organize your, your layout, especially if you have a lot of windows open like I normally do. It can help you with that, right? So that's a pretty cool app, Rectangles. I use that to help me stay organized. So now we have our deployment.yaml created. Let me make sure you can see it. Okay. Yep, there we go. We are. All right, we're good. So deployment.yaml, and I am going to start off with saying API version. And like when I'm creating something new for the first time, I like to actually write it out instead of just copy and paste, because that way it's going to help me stick a little bit better. Say kind, and we're going to say deployment. And we're going to say metadata. We're going to say name, and we're going to call that UDEC-BE for the front end. We're going to say labels, and that's going to be app, and then I'll call it backend, I guess, for the label, or I don't know, UDEC. I'm not sure what the label is for, but it's okay. And then under so spec gets, let me make sure. Yep, spec is on its own level. So spec colon, and we're gonna say selector Ah, okay. I see what the label is being used for. I do have a question though. I wonder if if you're using the auto cluster. So let's go back over here for a second. Just thinking it out real quick, right? Get some water. So just thinking out first. I'm thinking out loud for a second, right? If you are using the YAML Kubernetes file with GKE auto cluster. I forgot cluster. I forgot the exact name of it, right? But let's see. Cause I'm just curious. I thought I switched over. Hold on. Let me switch over. I'm just thinking about how is the. Let me see. Because when you create a cluster with Google Cloud, GKE cluster, deploy an app to a cluster. Sorry, let's take a look at this real quick, right? So when we create our cluster, create auto. So when you do a create auto, do you have to specify replica when, oh, okay, for GKE cluster? Let's take a look at that one. No, you don't always have to specify replicas for GKE cluster, but you do need to specify them when deploying applications using Kubernetes deployments or replica sets, as these define how many pods replicas your application should run. Okay. Because we don't specify them when we're doing it, but maybe if we're doing the deployment file. So let's give it a try. Like I said, we are figuring it out. We're learning, so we can always try taking it out afterwards and applying it. So we shall see, right? So selector, match labels. So by matching the labels, it looks like what it's going to do is saying match this. So I'm just going to call this B instead, right? Match this with this. So this is going to be UDEC-BE. And then we're going to say replicas, and we'll go with 3 for now. And we'll say the strategy is going to be rolling update. And we will go with, this is going to be type over here. And then we're going to say template, metadata, labels, app, and it's going to be UDEC-BE. And then outside of on the metadata level, we're going to say spec, and we're going to say containers, which is going to be our UDEC-BE, which is going to be, now we're going to say image, which we're going to be specifying our tech coach Ralph / UDEC-BE colon AMD64, because remember that is I think there's two dashes over here. No, because that is, we need to run AMD64 on the Google Kubernetes cluster because of the platform differences. All right, so why is this giving me an error? Let's see. Replace with invalid child element in block mapping. What? Let me just copy this right here to see, make sure what type of hyphen that they're using. It's just one. Okay. Let me see one more indent. Let's see what this is. Why is this not working? Let me copy this whole thing to see what happens with it. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. Let's leave it at that for now. We're going to go to the next line, and I'm not going to put in the I'm not. Are we looking at? All right. So this is the one that we actually want to be looking at. So we're not going to put in the resources. We're going to say the port colon, and then I don't know. I don't like this. Let me go with this one right here. I'm going to say the ports is going to be
Lunch break. Lunch break.
container port, and we're going to say port container port. That should be port 3000 because that's where it's trying to access. And then we will go back one level and we'll say liveness. Let's just finish typing this out. Liveness probe, HTTP get, and we're gonna say the path. I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on this part for now. All right. So let's leave it at that. And we shall. Let's leave it at that. I think the first. Let's do it. Let's go with the first one. Right. Let's leave it at that. We have our container port. I'm curious. The container. What is the container port? The container port is. Let's do this. Container port Kubernetes deployment. That would be what? I always get confused on this one, right? The container port specifies a port on which a container within a pod listens for incoming traffic, acting as an informational value for the application network. All right, we'll put it at 3000 for now, right? We'll put it at 3000 for now. Let's go over to break, and then when we come back we'll try to apply this and we'll see what happens. Okay, but let's go to break. Let me see what we got going on in the chat, and then I will get to my first break time discussion. Have some thoughts to share with my dear friends, my tech buddies. All right, so chat says we got my guy, the wealth building journey in the building. Great job last night, the wealth building journey. Always a great job. Let's see. All right. Roxy says she's gonna try line dancing on her vacation. Also, for those who weren't here last week, remember, it is Roxy's birthday week. So Roxy, happy birthday to you. The Wealth Journey says, got some other channels to visit. I will be back in a little bit. Well, when you get back, we will be waiting for you right here. Let's see. Roxy asks, how was the crypto class? Yes, how was it? I'm curious to know. What did you think about it, Miss Freckles? Miss Freckles says it was good information. Some I've already learned. Make this a little bit bigger. Some I've already learned. I was multitasking, so missed some of it. I'm still multitasking, but I hope to make Sundays my no multitasking day very, very soon. That'll be cool. I'm always multitasking though, right? But I think you can like, instead of doing like 5 things at once, maybe you can do 2 things at once that way. But you always got to pair it. You always got to pair it with something. All right. Let's see. We got Mitch in the building. What's up, Mitch? How are you doing?
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Happy to see you here. Mitch says it just gets to a point where he just can't keep silent anymore, and he has to join me in the yap. Good evening, Mitch. Good afternoon, Mitch. Hopefully you are doing well. Says, I keep forgetting where is the replays for the Agile training. It is in the Agile training channel in the other Discord. All right. Let's see. Miss Freckles says, Roxy, I'm doing a birthday dance for you every single day. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Teamwork makes the dream work. Let's see. All right, cool. So let me jump into my first break time discussion. Because you guys know, as my guy Mitch says, I like to yappity yap. So I'm gonna yap, right? I'm gonna yap a little bit. So I want to talk about on this break how we, as Western culture, Americans, whatever, right? Whatever label you want to put on it, we assume the worst of other people, right? So I'm gonna start a timer on this one, right? Because I can turn this whole break time into a whole candid conversation, but I'm gonna spend 5, 6, 7 minutes on it, maybe 20. No, not 20, all right? But just some time on this, right? So I want to start off with like this, right? Here's what my definition of toxicity, right, and poison is that we assume the worst of other people, but we want the grace of people assuming so we assume the worst intentions of other people, and we want the grace of them assuming the best intentions of us. And I think that puts us in a very, very negative spot. I'm always looking for positivity. Believe it or not, right? Believe it or not, I'm a very, very positive person, right? Why am I so positive? Because you know what makes me so positive? It's because I'm so cold. It's because I'm so cold. Because I'm like, if someone does not say something directly to me about me, then I assume they're not talking about me. I don't care. And if they did say something directly to me, I'm like, cool. I'm happy that you have an opinion. You know what? Everyone has an opinion, and I'm like, cool, that's cool. But I think that we put ourselves in a really, really, really bad spot when we assume the worst intentions of everybody else, but then we want the grace. We want the grace for them to assume the best of us. Imagine if every single interaction, like every single thought that you had of somebody else, right? Let's say they had the same thought of you. You'd like, oh man, I don't want them to see me in that light. I want them to see me in the brightest. So if you what is the golden rule? Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. What if with the same light that you want them to see you in, you were to see them in that light as well? Instead of like think, oh my God, they're out to get me. The whole world is against me and stuff like that. For me, I'm like, whatever people want to think or believe, that's cool. But if someone has a problem with me, then you know what? You can come tell me. And then I'm like, all right, cool, great. Let's either make adjustments, or I'm like, all right, cool. That is your personal thoughts. That is your personal beliefs. Couldn't care less, right? Or if I see it as something, I'm like, all right, cool. We'll make the necessary adjustments. But I just think that, and this is like a whole cultural thing where we just are so negative. Like we are so negative where we want, like, we think other people are always thinking about us, and they're always thinking about us in the worst way. For me, I don't think anybody's thinking about me. I don't think anybody is thinking about me. And two, if they are, hopefully it's positive. If they're not, then if they don't tell me, then I don't know anything about it, and I don't care. Right? So that is my strategy for life, right? I'm like, all right, I got work to do. I'm going to keep it moving. I don't assume anything about anybody, because as on one of my watches, by the way, I changed almost all the batteries in all of my watches. So now I'm wearing this watch today. Look at that. Right? This is my I had this watch for like over 10 years, my Tommy Hilfiger watch. Anyways, I digress. I think that on one of my watches, right, it says from a quote from The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. It says, "But I don't think about you. I don't spend my days thinking about what people think about me, if they're thinking about me, none of that type of stuff. It doesn't matter, because I have a mission, I have a focus," which is going to lead into that conversation tomorrow about idle hands or idle minds, where I'm like, nothing like what anybody, it could be your dad, it could be your mom, it could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your wife, it could be whoever. It could be your child for all I care. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you. If you are on the right track. All right. But for me, I'm always going to assume first the best intentions until you tell me and show me otherwise. I'm not gonna put some type of label on anybody that I haven't seen, or because so many times misunderstandings happen, and now we internalize it and we're like, oh, this person is doing this and this person is doing that. I'm like, if they were, so
Get a move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. You're back to work, back to work, back to work.
I'm like, even if someone didn't like me, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's like, because for me, like, and I'm gonna touch on this more tomorrow. I have worked with plenty of people that I don't care for, don't like, but we had to get the job done. We had to get the mission accomplished. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's get it, and then we go our separate ways. I'm gonna talk about that more tomorrow. But I'm like, but for me, first and foremost, I'm going to assume the best until you show me and tell me otherwise, right? And that's how I'm able to keep my positivity and move forward. And if there is negativity coming, like, all right, cool. Well, cool. We don't have to deal with it, right? So that's my message to you is, don't assume the worst of other people, right? See other people the way that you want them to see you. If you don't want them to think that you had a negative intention towards them, then reciprocally, if that's a word, is that a word? Reciprocally, it is a word now. See that what they're doing is in a positive light as well, right? So that is my first break time message to you. Hopefully that helps, because it helps me. That's how I live my life. I assume the best. If you show me and do the worst, then I'm like, all right, cool. I don't see you anymore, right? I don't think about you, right? Simple as that. Simple as that. All right, let me check the chat before we get to our second working segment of today. Let's see what we got. Let me see. Let me check the chat real quick. Let's see. My goodness. Let me see. Miss Freckles says, I pay to listen to the yapping. Well, Miss Freckles, some people are masochists like that. They will pay to be tortured, but thank you so much. I appreciate you nonetheless.
Appreciate you.
Roxy says, annoying much. Happy to be of service. Ms. Walker says, I always look for the positive. Yep. And Ms. says, if it's not directed directly at me, I don't respect it. If it's not directed directly at you, then how would you know to respect it or not respect it? So that's why for me, if it's not directed directly at me, I just don't assume it's about me. If someone has something to say to me, as my favorite runner-up of all time said, say it to my face. Say it to my face. Rox says, is this therapy time? Well, not necessarily. It's my therapy time. It is my therapy time. Miss Freckles says, when grace is not extended because someone sees the worst, I exit left and keep embracing the positive in the world. And Mr. Chris says, facts. TCR, minding your business and not assuming is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I just, after not caring, right? Because a lot of times, like, people say, I'm like, whatever, cool, whatever. Number two, I'm like, well, could it be seen another way? Could it be seen in another way, right? So that's how I see it. Let's see. Rock says, I'm thinking about pasta salad right now. Make sure it is a king size pasta salad if you're going to get a pasta salad. All right, I'm just saying, just make sure. Let's see. Mr. Freckles says, great rule of thumb. No need to embrace negativity. Prayers are a beautiful thing as well. Let's see. It says it's. Mr. Freckles says, it's not a word. When we tell my son no, he's like, oh, that's how I felt. Can it be a word? How can I get it added to the dictionary? Well, I forgot the word that I said though. Reciprocally? Was that the word I said? Reciprocally? I think reciprocally should be a word. All right. Rod Brown says, sounds like a word. See, thank you, Rod Brown. I forgot the word that I said, but it does sound like a word to me. I'm gonna go with reciprocally. Right? Let's go with reciprocally. It says reciprocal is that I know. Is it reciprocal tariffs? But I want reciprocally. I want you to be reciprocal. See, now I lost. See, let's let it go. Let's let it go. Let's see. Because that's the point, weirdo. Let's see. Mr. Carr says, no need to acknowledge if it's not directed at. That's how I see it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, they must not be talking. I'm like, I don't even think about they must not be talking about me. I just read it. I'm like, all right, cool. Or I read it, hear it. I'm like, all right, cool. They're not talking about. They didn't put a name on it, right? Rocky says, Mr. Glossy. That's me. I am Mr. Glossy. So let's see. And it says reciprocated. Is that a word? Or is that the one that I said? I like reciprocated. What? All right. Why can't you just add an ED onto any word, right? You should just be able to add an ED onto any word. But reciprocated. Yes. It should be reciprocated, right? Let's do that. Reciprocate the intentions that you have towards people. See that they have the same intentions towards you. So the rule, if you think somebody has negative intentions towards you, ask yourself, look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I actually have negative intentions towards that person? Look at that. That is what I'm going to do from now on, right? Whenever I think of somebody, I'm going to say, if it's negatively, do I have negative intentions towards that person? If it's positive, does that person have positive intentions towards me? I don't know. That's my thought. So Mr. Hooker says that is the word. All right. I
hate it here. I want to go home.
Thanks for killing all the joy on the show, Miss Freckles. I'm just kidding, Miss Freckles. All right. Let's oh my goodness. Is yap a word? Oh my goodness. You guys are Mitch, don't answer that. Oh, Mitch, why don't answer that. Says, of course it is. Apparently, you know what? Let me see. Just to be clear, let's see. Define yap. Give a sharp, shrill bark, and informal, a person's mouth. He should keep his yap shut. Well, all you doing is yapping. That means all you doing is moving your mouth. Oh crap. All right. You guys are right. You guys are right. Okay. Anyways, let's start off with our next 20-minute segment. I tell you guys.
Let's go!
All right. So next up, we have to see how are we going to be deploying this YAML file. So we're going to use it in, let me see, we're going to do this. Let me go to this screen real quick. Let's go to this screen real quick. And now we're going to say how to do Kubernetes deployment with YAML file. not the one I was exactly looking for. Let's see what this one is real quick. So we see that. All right, so it's going to be kubectl apply, and then I guess it'll just be the one that's in our folder and displays information about the deployment. So let's go back over here real quick. Not here. Let's do deploy YAML to GKE. All right, let's go to this one, the one that we've always been using. And because we need to connect to our cluster. So, all right, so we are here and we're gonna do this right here. And then we're gonna try the apply, right? So let's go over to here. And what I'm gonna do, I don't need this over here anymore. Let me move this out. All right, so let's make this bigger. And let's go to, let's see what we're gonna do here. Some water. All right, so we are going to, let me get a terminal. Let me open up a terminal. Let's go with here. The reason I want to use this terminal so I can keep the two separate. So I'm going to go to CD WebStorm and we're going to go to Urban Dictionary Infrastructure. And we're going to go to CD Kubernetes. All right. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to get our, we're going to connect to it. So we're going to say gcloud, make this bigger as well. Gcloud container, cluster, get credentials, and it's going to be the UDEC GKE cluster, UDEC-GKE cluster. That's the name of our cluster, and then location is going to be US East 1. And we have, all right, so now we are connected to it. And let's do kubectl get deployments. We should have nothing there. Right? Nothing found. Okay. So now let's do the kubectl apply. And then it's going to be -f and -f, and it's going to be deployments.yaml. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Enter. Error parsing line 21 mapping values not allowed in this context. All right, so we have an error on line 21. So here, so our error is actually here. But this is what they told us to do. Let's see, containers, and it's gonna be, okay. Let's see if we go like that. Containers, invalid child element in block. Let me see. Why is that not taking? Oh, wait a second. It's probably because of that, maybe? I don't know why it's not taking it. Hold on, let me see. Let me just copy over from this stuff over here. Invalid mapping. Oh, wait a second. Is it supposed to be like this? Oh. Okay, so just the way that I was reading on the other one was kind of confusing. All right, so let's go. So let me undo all that. So this should be on the same level, and this should be on the same level. Cool. All right, let's try to apply that again. We're here. Let's try to apply that again. Cube apply dash F CT apply dash F deployment.yaml. All right, so bad request error when creating deployment.yaml. Deployment in version v1 cannot be handled as deployment. Strict decoding unknown field selector.replicas unknown field selector strategy unknown field. All right, so we have an error in our file. So let's take a look at this one over here. So spec.selector match labels app, then replicas. So it's saying our error is inside spec.selector.replicas and spec.selector strategy. So let's go back over here. So spec.selector, and it said it was inside of replicas, and that should just be, looks the same. They don't have strategy in this one, so I'm going to take off strategy. All right, let's go back over here. Take out strategy. Then they have template, and then under template, they have spec. Okay, so let's try it again. Spec.selector replicas. Deployment, metadata, name. They don't have labels in theirs. Spec, selector, match labels, app, replicas is on the, oh, okay, so reading that other one was kind of confusing. So replicas is on this level right here, right? And then template is also on this level right here. So let me outdent some of these a little bit. So let me just take all of these, outdent all these. All right, so there we go. So yeah, using that other one, maybe it was too compressed or something like that. But let's go to, not Terraform reply. Let's go here and let's clear that out. Let's see. It says deployment cannot handle deployment JSON, cannot unmarshal string into Go structure, container.spec.template.spec containers ports. So did I put the wrong container port? Container port. What did I type? Container. Wait, no, container. Oh, maybe it should be like that. And then put that on this level right here. Oops. Let's try it with that, right? Let's go to here. Spec, so container, spec, template, spec, containers, ports of type v1 container port. Ports, container port. So name is here. Container port. That's what it should be. Why is that not working? Let me see. Container port. You know what? I'm just going to do it in here because it's going to be a lot easier to do it here. clear. Let's do cd Kubernetes. Oops. pwd. Okay, cd. All right. So let me open up another one. Cd Kubernetes, and let me do the gcloud container clusters. Oh, I'm remembering this. Get credentials. UDEC dash GKE dot dash cluster dash location equals US East 1. Do that. All right, cool. So now if we do the kubectl, so I'm just doing it in here because it's like I don't have to go back and forth between the terminal. Kubectl, and we're gonna say, what am I gonna say? Apply dash F for file, I guess, and deployment. Oh, for some reason it worked here. Maybe I fixed something. It didn't work over here though. Maybe I fixed something. All right. Anyways, so the deployment has been created. Let's do kubectl. Really wonder what I did over there. Kubectl, and we're gonna say get deployment. Look at that. Look at that. So we would need to set our environment variable, right? So I believe we have, so let me go log into Mongo to open up the access to the database for a few hours. But yeah, the app is not going to start, especially the backend, if there is no connection to Mongo. So we're gonna go to network access, add IP for 6 hours. Cool. All right, so now that's open. Now the question is, let's do this command. Kube describe deployment and udec-be. What? Oh, kubectl. So in here we have all the details. Of our deployment. Let's do the get deployments again. 2 of 3, but they're not going to stay up because of the, I don't believe they're going to stay up because we don't have the environment variable connecting it to our database, right? So let's go and let's look for our secrets for, let me see. Let's go to our secrets manager. And let's see if we have a secret for our, yep, there it goes, Mongo connection string, right? So now the question is how to apply Google Cloud Secret to Kubernetes YAML. To apply a Google Cloud Secret Manager secret to your Kubernetes YAML, you'll need to enable the Secret Manager add-on in your GKE cluster, create a Kubernetes secret referencing the Google Cloud secret, and then configure your Kubernetes deployment to use that secret, all right? How do we do that? Go to Google Kubernetes engine in the all right. Select your GKE cluster, navigate to the security. All right, let's try that. I'm pretty sure there's a way to, well, let's see. How to enable Kubernetes GKE secret CLI. All right, so it says to enable Google Cloud Manager for use with your GKE cluster via the command line, you need to install or upgrade the G Cloud CLI, authenticate with Cloud Platform Scope, and then enable Secrets Manager API using the G Cloud Service enable command. Enable Secrets Manager, enable the API. Using the secrets, so using Secrets Manager console. All right, so let's try that real quick. Let's go to, for this one we can use this one, right? Let's go here and we're gonna say G Cloud Services enable secret manager dot Google APIs.com. Permission denied, not found. I know I have it enabled. Okay, well, for now, let's do it through the just so we can get this moving. Let's do it through here. So they say we need to go to Google Kubernetes security. All right, you did that part. So create a kubectl secret. All right. So in order to do that, kube secret generic my secret from literal secret name, and then G Cloud secret versions describe latest dash secret. Okay, so we're gonna go over here and I'm just gonna type this out. So we're gonna do, so it's saying kubectl create secret generic, and then I'm gonna call it udec mongo connection. And we're gonna say dash from dash literal equals secret underscore name, and then we're gonna say equals G Cloud secrets versions describe latest dash secret dash secret equals, and then the secret name is udec mongo connection dash string let's go with that connection string, and let's see anything else. And then they want us to do dash, oh wait, no, we're still inside, aren't we? Connection string dash format equals, and the value payload, close that parenthesis, close
Lunch
that
break! Lunch break!
We did that. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, it kind of helps if you write the initial command correct, right? Kubectl G Cloud. Let's go here, enter. Failed to create secrets already. I didn't want to create it. I wanted it to be on does it already exist on Mongo? Huh. Maybe it already exists on Mongo. Well, let me give it a different name then. Let's give it a different name. UDC Mongo Connect. Let's try that. All right, so it's created. And we're going to go to break. All right, we are at break. We have one more segment to go. Let me check the chat. And then we will get to our second break time. Today, you know what? If you guys found that first segment therapeutic, I guess it's going to be therapy day today because we're going to continue on that. It's Sunday. It is Sunday. And I will share my strategies so that I never have problems with anybody. Let's see. All right. So let's see. Roxy says, we got him looking. Ha, made you look. Well, who made that song? Who made that song, Made You Look? Let me see. Made You Look song. Who did that song? It is not this person. It's an old rap song. Mitch, who made the song? Ha, Made You Look, or something like that. Nah, it was Nas, Made You Look. Megan Trainor. Who the hell is Megan Trainor? It was Nas, Made You Look. I remember that. What album was that on? I don't even remember. Nas, Made You Look. By the way, Mitch, it was on Godson. By the way, Mitch. Lyrically, Nas is better than Jay-Z. I'm just saying. Don't at me, all right? Let's see. Mitch says, my words are real unless I create Mitchisms. Are you guys ready for Mitchisms? Rod Brown says, all right, need to shoot a couple of videos. Y'all have a great day. Keep it coming, Rod Brown. You are doing the work of the good Lord. Let's see. Rocky says, I appreciate you and your, I'm guessing that is a doctor's outfit. I'm guessing calling me a therapist. Well, thank you, Roxy. I appreciate all of the work that you do on stream and off stream as well. And I always say I appreciate your service, Roxy. Because you are doing real. See me, I'm just here yapping, sharing what I'm learning and stuff like that. But you save lives. You save lives, Roxy. So thank you so much for all the work that you do, and especially for the people that you do it for. Because it's one thing to save. Because I mean, you could be saving some jerk's life, right? I don't mind saying so. Let me not say it because then they're gonna come at me if I say this, right? But you are saving the lives of American heroes, Roxy. So thank you so much for all that you do.
I appreciate you.
Rod Brown, just don't engage. Don't engage. Just go, Rod Brown. Just don't even get into it. Don't even get to it. Yes, I know, Rod Brown. I know it gets to a point, but it's don't even. You ever seen the signs that says "Don't feed the Panthers"? You know, don't feed the panther or the lion, because then it's just gonna it's not gonna end up well. All right. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Rocky says, shots fired. Shots are fired. I'm just saying. When I was young, if I had to choose, if I had $13.45 and I could only choose between a Nas album and a Jay-Z album, I would 100% 100 out of 100 times I would go with the Nas album. All right. Now, I'm not saying that Jay-Z's not a better businessman. He is definitely a much better businessman than Nas. However, if I had to choose to listen to one between the two, I would choose Nas all day, all night. All right, I'm just saying.
Ain't believing us.
All right. Mitch says that is a lie. That is a bold face lie. Hey, at the end of the day, it all comes down to a matter of opinion. All right. Anyways, next break time topic for today is what was it? It was on my porch in my own world. You see, Mitch likes to say, "Oh, he's just a porch cat. He's just a porch cat." Like, but honestly, for me, that is a compliment. I truly appreciate every time Mitch says that I'm a porch cat. I truly appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Because you know what happens on my porch? Positivity, figuring things out, working, going into the Discord and doing, hanging out with friends and listening to a crypto course. I'm probably gonna, like, whenever I'm going through these courses, because I have to listen to parts of them and stuff. So when I'm learning about the tokens for large language models, stuff like that, I might even when I'm editing videos, I might even show how I'm editing them as well, right? Depending on the video. Like, so I'm just like, my porch, this studio right here. When I'm in the living room, working and watching TV and stuff like that, because I will not watch TV if I'm not actively working on something else, because to me that's gonna be a waste of time. But if I'm watching Chicago Fire and I'm actively like editing video, creating descriptions and stuff like that, then I'm like, cool, I can go into a study room, and in the Discord, in the Team Tech Coach Drop Discord, which you can only access if you have joined the Tech Coach Drop Patreon. At whether you are a technical explorer, whether you are a tech prodigy member, whether you're a tech barbarian, that's how you get into the Team Tech Coach Drop Discord. Sorry for everyone who signed up for free. You do not get access because it takes a lot of work to manage that. So anyways, but I'm like, I can just jump into a room, show how I'm using, like, you can actually see how I'm using the tools that I've built to orchestrate my workflow, all that good stuff, right? How when I'm looking for different things on Envato elements, whether I'm looking for transitions, where I'm looking for After Effects type tools, just to see how my mindset works. I'm like, I am always going to be working, but that's what I do on my porch. I try to drown out all the noise, and like even when things get louder, right? Because it'll be like this, things might get loud. And I'm like, all right, time to focus in on David Goggins type stuff. Things try to get louder than David Goggins, then I have to go back even further to when I was down and out, the things that kept me afloat. And I'm like, create a playlist, whatever. And I'm like, all right, let's work, let's focus, let's be dedicated. And honestly, like sometimes in order for me to achieve greatness, I have to go to some very, 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 I would say dark areas, dark spots that help me to be more. It's funny, the dark areas that I go to from like my past, they help me be more positive and more productive, right? And I'm like, and any feelings that try to get into me, they take me out of my feelings. Like, all right, let's focus. And that's why for me, whenever things get challenging, I work. Whenever things get challenging, I work. And that fixes, like, and that's why I love being on my porch. I stay, because guess what? Unless someone comes onto your porch to cause trouble, your porch, your home is your domain. You get to relax. You get to do things the way that you want to do it. And that's why I say, like, somebody comes to my house and like, I have, you guys remember Martin when he would kick people out? I have no problem telling somebody, you gotta go. You are no longer welcomed here for today. Right? I'm like, you gotta go. You have got to go. Because you have worn out your welcome. But on your porch, in your home, wherever you are, it is your domain, and you get to dictate how things are going to go. right? So that's why for me, I have absolutely no problem being a porch cat. Whether if I'm sitting on the porch and my two cats are right there and my son is right there and we just working it, because it is all about the positive. Like for me, it's all about staying positive, staying clear of conflict and all that. I just chill, and I work. That way, I don't have to think about nothing else. When I'm working, I'm not thinking about all the types of other stuff that might happen, right? And I plan and I strategize, and that's how I stay focused and successful in my own little world. That's why I love that song, In My Own World, because I keep my world very, very small.
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on. Get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
I keep my world very, very, very small so that I can do big things in my own world, right? So that's how I see it. That's my thoughts. Time is running. Let me see. Let me check my phone real quick. Let me send a text out real quick to say... Perfect. Cool. All right. With that being said, let's get that off the screen. And let me check the chat, and then we'll get back to our last segment of work where we used the YAML file to spin up our service. All right. So let me see what we got going on in the chat. And Roxy says, Sith Lord. Roxy, I don't know if Magnetar did. I already told you about using Mitchisms. Did you get permission from Magnetar to say Sith Lord? Although you didn't say Ralph. So, and actually no, never mind, because this is just Sith Lord. Because Magnetar normally says Sith Coach Ralph. So that is perfect. You know what? I take it back. Let me just rewind. That one is not copyrighted. All right. So you know. Roxy, I'm always, you know me, I'm always looking out for your best interest. I do not want you getting these lawsuits left and right from people who are saying, hey, that is copyrighted, right? You know, because like I told you, Mitch will sue you if you use his Mitchisms, right? Those are copyrighted. And Mitch says, what if I'm on the porch and someone steps on my grass on purpose? I'm going to throw a wiffle ball. My urge for revenge is uncontrollable. Wow, Mitch, that escalated quickly. Here's the question though, Mitch. How accurate is your wiffle ball throw? Because what if you get so upset and you throw the wiffle ball and you miss and you hit somebody else? What if you throw the wiffle ball and it ends up breaking somebody's car window? And now you're on the hook for it. And do you know how embarrassing that is? Do you know how embarrassing that is that you are out for revenge and then let's put it like this. What if you are so mad at this person who is out on your lawn and now you're going to throw this wiffle ball and you fall over and you're just gonna laugh at yourself at that point, right? You're like, oh, this was embarrassing. This was embarrassing. Like, cause like you go to wind up and then you slip and fall and you're like, oh my god, and then you hurt your ankle and then that's the worst. When you're trying to get revenge and you end up hurting yourself and now everybody's laughing at you and you're like, now you have a story to tell. Now you have a story to tell. See? Let's see. Mitch says those cats are so sneaky. You can't trust them. And says he has eaten too many iguanas. Who hasn't eaten too many iguanas? Let's see. She definitely will get sued by. I'm trying to warn you guys. Stop using those Mitchisms without written consent. I wouldn't even trust a verbal consent. You need to have a written consent on camera that says that you have permissions to use the Mitchisms because it will just get to a point. See, now I'm gonna get sued. You see, at least you see, Roxy, how much I'm on your team, because now if you get sued, I will get sued with you because I just use the Mitchism, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And it says the point is not to really hit them with the wiffle ball. It says wiffle balls can't go that far. I don't even know what a wiffle ball is. Let's do another lookup. What is a wiffle ball? Wiffle ball. Let's see. What's a wiffle ball? Oh, that's a wiffle ball? Those are wiffle balls? Those are those little baseball. Yeah, those can't go anywhere. Those can't go anywhere. Why do people use wiffle balls? Are those for kids? Wiffle ball is a scaled back variation of a baseball that was developed in 1953 in Fairfield, Connecticut. Originally, it was intended to be played in confined spaces or otherwise small areas, but became popular outdoor activity. Huh? People actually play wiffle ball. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Anyways, well, that's that. That is that. All right, so let's jump into this last segment, and then we're gonna wrap it up for today. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do our last 20.
It's time to do.
And we are on perfect timing right now. All right, we're on perfect timing. So let's go and let's do this. Let me close this down. All right, so we are going to get our secrets working. Let's go to this screen right here, so we have our secret in there. Now the question is, how do we use the secret inside of from environment, secret reference, and the name is my secret using .env. We're not using a .env though. Name, my container image, env -- name, secret name, and then value from secret key reference. So this one is configured. So this one is going to be env from name. How do I say? All right, so in your Kubernetes deployment YAML, use env from or env section to reference the Kubernetes secret. Example using env from, using env. All right, so I think we need the env, and then the name is going to be the name of the, so that's going to be database configure connection, I think. And then we're going to say value from key ref and name. All right, so let me see this real quick. Let's see. We're going to go to, let me see. We're going to go to make, I just need to make sure I got the, I'm always forgetting the, all right, so it's going to be, all right, database connection. All right, so let's go over here. And we are going to do, let's go over here. We're going to do inside of container. It's going to be on the image level. We're going to say env : -- name : and it's going to be database connection. Actually, I think it's one dash. And then we're going to say under name value from secret key ref : and then name : why is it my secret? What is my secret over here? So my secret, and then over here, the key is the secret name. The key is, so where do they have secret name up here? Secret name. From literal secret name. So, okay, so maybe it's supposed to be secret name. Okay, so maybe I didn't name it. I don't know. All right, let's try that. My secret key, secret name. Okay, well, let's give it a try. So we are going to say, what did I name it? It was called UDEC Mongo Connect. So this is going to be UDEC-Mongo Connect. And key is going to be, let's call it secret name, I guess. Secret name. Okay, whatever. So we have our secret in here. Let's do, so let me do, let's clear this out. Cube, CTL, get deployments. All right, so they are down, which is expected because there is no, it can't connect to the database, right? So there's gonna be errors. So let's do a cube CTL apply -f deployments YAML. All right, let's see that. Configured. So let me see. I don't know. All right, so let's go over to here and cube. So reapply cube or Kubernetes YAML file. How to reapply deployment. So look at Stack Overflow. It says you can delete the pod once and restart the pod, so it will change the image and pull a new version of Docker registry. However, make sure image pull policy is set to always in your deployment.yaml. Cube rollout. So I guess we could do a rollout. We'll do a rolling restart of your deployment even if the whole YAML file is the same and unchanged. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But for now, you know what? For now, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to delete the deployment. Cube CTL delete deploy UDEC-BE. All right, and now I'm going to apply the YAML again, right? Because I am curious if this environment secret thing is going to work. Because I could just hard code it in there, but why do that? Which, if it doesn't work, then we will do that. All right, let's do a get deployments. All right, got one. Uh-oh, nope. Nope. All right, so let's do this. Let's go over and look at, because we could hard code it in there. I'm gonna get rid of it anyways, but let's look at here, GKE. Let's see. We're here. Let's click into here. Let's go to our logs. I guess it's not these logs, so go to deploy. Nope, not this deploy. I want workloads is what we want. The does not have the minimum. Oh, okay, what's this? Let's see. Kubernetes restarts the pods with exponential. So let's go into here. It's probably because of the It's probably because of invalid scheme. Okay, so yeah, it is what I thought. It is a connection string. So it's not reading. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Let me duplicate this, and let's go to GKE. Where are the secrets in here? Secrets in config map. Mongo connect. Secret underscore name. Let's go to secrets manager. And we go to here. And view secret value. That is so wrong. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to change this anyways, but let's go to get the entire connection string. We're going to go into here, connect, drivers. Let's copy this whole thing right here. Oops. Copy that. Go into here to the secret. Let's paste that. Or not. Let's do new version. All right, let's do it this way. Let's go to view value. Copy that. Let's go to new version, put that. And then we can go to, let's disable all past versions. Then we can go to get the rest of this. Let's go to that. Like that. And let's add new version. All right. And anything else that would be doing that? But either way, let's, in the essence of getting this to work, I'm just going to copy this. Done. And I'm going to go over here. And although it is not the best practice, we're going to hard code that for now. And then maybe next week we'll try to get this environment variable thing to work. But I'm going to say kubectl environment variable YAML file. So define environment variable for container. It's going to be an env name, which we have here, and then value is going to be the value. So let's try that at least for now. And can we comment this out? All right, so let's go with here, value, colon. Let's go with this, all right? Let's try that for now. And we're gonna do, I'm gonna delete again. And we're going to apply again. All right, so now when we get the deployments, we should be up. Let's try it again. We are up and running. Let's go and check our kubectl. Let's go here and let's go to let me see, last 30 seconds. me see. Log Explorer. Looks like we should be all right. Let me go over here again, make sure that this is still up and running. Yep, so that's good. So we have to figure out how to get the secret value from one spot to the other, but that'll be the plan. All right, let's go over to how to expose the deployment with our kubectl. We only have like 5 minutes left on this, right? But let's go to how to expose. How to expose Kubernetes deployment in YAML file. That is how I think. Using a service to expose your app. So Kubernetes, looks like we already looked at that. How to, using a service to expose your app. There's gotta be a created Kubernetes. How do you expose service? So using a service to expose your app. Get services. Expose deployment. So can you not do it via the can you not expose a service? So so can you expose service, or can you expose Kubernetes service in YAML file? How to get Kubernetes service as spec after see it. I don't see it. Is it even possible? Let's see. In the service, you have selector app, but in the deployment, you have a label app. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it should be something like this then. That's the deployment file. This is the service file. 2 minutes. Well, let's see how much we can do in this. All right. So let's go to over here. Worst case scenario, we pick it up to next week. All right. So we're going to say kind service labels : why is this like that? Oh, because there's already one. So we do need to use, all right, so we need to use a separate file. Okay, cool. Works for me. Let's go to new file, service.yaml. And we're going to say API version : app/v1 kind service metadata is going to be label, and we're going to have to get the same name as, all right, UDCBE. Name is UDC-BE. Spec is going to be ports, which is going to be I need a name. I don't need a name. Ports. Port is going to be port 5050. Target port is going to be 3000. Selector is going to be app.udec-be. Type is going to be cluster IP. Status, load, balancer, like that. All right, so let's try that. I guess I'll throw on a name for this. Name is, let's give it a name of API port. That's whatever. Let's do
Lunch break. Lunch break.
protocol is TCP. Let's try that real quick, right? So now that should be as simple as kubectl apply -f service.yaml, enter. Resource mapping not found for name. No match for kind, service inversion. Ooh. No mapping found for name, namespace. Huh. Interesting. Let's see what we have over here. Kind deployment. Under metadata. Oh, wait, this has to be in here, maybe? Let me move this like this. And then app. Let's go like that. Let's try that. All right. We'll pick up on the service part next week. But we have our deployment working. So we just have to figure out the service, and then next week we'll also work on getting the secrets mapping to work the right way. Right? We'll see. Anyways, that is it for now. Let's go to full screen. And we did good work. We did good work. We did hard work. We did hard work because hard work is good work. All right. Let's do this. Let me wrap up with my closing thoughts for today in the spirit of our therapy woosah session. Let's wrap it up this way, and then I'll check the chat, and then we'll get out of here. Okay. So, let's go over here, and we will go with this one, right? Closing. Never be afraid to tell everyone that they can go and whatever themselves when you believe that you're not being taken seriously, you're not, like if people are trying to infiltrate, if people are trying to get on your porch and then they're trying to tell you what to do and all that stuff, you know what? Everyone, in the words of Mitch, whoa. Everyone can calm down, and the Tech Coach Trial Special, everyone can go and themselves, right? They can just go and do what you got to do, and then once all cooler heads have prevailed, then we can regroup, we can figure things out. But I say never be afraid, and of course you always got to say with all due respect, respectfully, everyone can go and themselves, so that we cooler cooler heads can prevail, right? I think that we always have to be able to take a step back. We always have to be because if you are, when people are upset and stuff like that, then people end up saying like all types of crazy stuff, and then now feelings get hurt and stuff like that. That's why I'm like, for me. And here's the thing, you don't unless you really mean it, right? You never verbally tell somebody to go and themselves. No, you say it in your mind. You know what? Like, say, I need to take a step back. I need to back up. I need to regroup. I need to retreat. So you say, you know what? Everyone can go and themselves while I figure out my life, while I get my life together, right? And then once we're good, then we come back out of hibernation. We're like, all right, cool. Let's figure things out. Let's work together. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. But to yourself, never be afraid to let everyone know that they can go. You're not literally letting them know, but in your mind you're saying, you know what, everybody can go and themselves while I get my life together, right? Because whenever there's a problem, you have to look at the mirror first, make sure that you are together before you try to address a problem, because you will not fix any problems if you do not have yourself together. All right. So that is my closing thoughts. Everyone else, if they are not bringing positivity to you, then just let them know. Let them know. You know what? You can go and, don't let them know. But that is how you work through it internally. That's how I work through things internally, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go sit on my porch while everyone is themselves. I'm gonna go sit on my porch and I'm gonna get stuff done. And then once I'm ready to come back to wherever, then I'm back and we go from there. But with all due respect, you have to have the mindset. You have to have the mindset that at a certain point in time, it just gets to a point that everyone can go and while you are getting yourself together, all right? Once you get yourself together, then you can come back and do whatever you want. But until that time comes, you have to take care of yourself. The number one priority should always be taking care of yourself, making sure you are in the right headspace. Because if you are not in the right headspace, then you are no use to anyone. And sadly, but surely, no soup for you. No iguana soup for you. All right. Anyways, that is my closing thoughts with this wonderful, wonderful day. And I'm just taking you to how I process things, and this is why I never have any problems with anyone, right? I am just a cool old porch cat, as Mitch likes to say. All right. So with that being said, we are going to wrap it up. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. Let's see. Mitch says, wow. Not sure what the wow was. This was from before. I'm not even sure what the wow was for. But Roxy says, wink. All right. And Mitch says, the wiffle balls are for T-ball mainly. And Mitch also added to themselves. Yep. That's how I see it. And all it really means is making space for yourself. That's all it really means. You're not literally saying people they can go do that. You're just saying, you know what? I need to make some space for myself. I need to clear my mind. And that is why I say everyone can go and themselves while I fix myself, right? You have to fix yourself first. Right? And Mitch says, whoa. Everybody calm down. Relax. Let's see. Miss Freckles says, no pouring from an empty cup. Alrighty then. All right. Well, that is it. Let me know. Did you guys find today helpful, useful, informative, therapeutic, whatever the case may be? Hopefully there was something here for everyone where we can all continue to grow and learn. Because for me, my number one thing, I want to learn this stuff. I want to be very, very proficient at this stuff. However, it makes it so much harder to learn when when we're not in the right mindset, right? So I'm always trying to help in that way, to clear your mind, focus. And for me, the best way to focus is to be cold, right? That's why this office is normally freezing cold in here, right? Anyways, did you guys have a good time?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I had a great time. I had an amazing time.
Real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I learned, I'm so happy that we got to do this deployment with the YAML file. We got the deployment working. Next week, we're going to get the service working so that we can just do get that. That way we can just do our applying the different files. And then because then we can even chain the commands together. And then we can say, you know what? I want Terraform to actually be able to apply it and stuff like that. So many good things coming. We are on our way to automating, all right? We are on our way to automating. But you all know that yesterday's price is not today's price, and today's price is certainly not tomorrow's price, because
one more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick is always going up. And here's how we're gonna end the show. Here is how we're gonna end the show, right? In honor of our moderator, our friend, our resident nurse who does the work of the Lord, we are going to play the redefined music video on our way out. If I can find it. Let me see. There we go. It's, where is it? I don't know where I have it. Oh yeah, it's right here, right? So with that being said, we're going to get out of here. We're going to play Redefine on the way out. You guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. You guys have an amazing rest, or not even rest, an amazing week. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, large language models, then at Candid Conversation about idle minds, how they become the devil's playground. And then we're going to do Q&A on Tuesday night, right? And then remember, I'm going to be competing on Thursday. I might stop in after competition to talk to you guys if I'm able to. But if not, then we'll be live again after that on Saturday morning, all right? But with that being said, this is Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Who would have thought I'd see this day? Dreams were skirts and office play. Life had plans, it switched the path. Scrubs and sneakers, here at last. From city lights to quiet nights, trading heels for saving lives. A twist of fate, a new pursuit, new horizons in my view. From the office light to a neon glow, life took a turn and let me grow. In the land afar to a land so new, chasing dreams in scrubs and shoes. The land afar, a journey through, sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do, standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Coffee breaks to emerge. empty stakes. The life I knew now gently fades. Paper plans took flight one day. In scrubs and sneakers I found my way. Once glued to desks, now hearts are mend. Finding purpose at each bend. Who'd have thought this path I'd find? With every step I'm redefined. Distant dreams now crystal clear. Unknown roads brought me here. A map unplanned, a life so true. A land afar, a land anew. A land anew, a land afar. A journey through. Sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do. Standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills.
Walking through a stormy night. Whispers say I'll lose the fight. But I've got a fire that's burning bright. No chains can hold my flight. Haters try to bring me down, but I rise above the ground. I spread my wings, I fly so high. Their words can't dim my sky. Doubts like shadows in my mind, but I won't let my spirit bind. I climb the heights I'm meant to find, leaving their fears far behind. Haters try to bring me down, but I rise above the ground. I spread my wings, I fly so high. Their words can't dim my sky. They can throw their stones so cold, but my heart's a lock of gold. Their voices wake against the bold. I stand my ground and I unfold. Haters try to bring me down, but I rise above the ground. I spread my wings, I fly so high. Their words can't dim my sky. They can throw the stones so cold, but my heart's a lock of gold. Their voices weak against the bold. I stand my ground and I unfold. Haters try to